Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Spiritual Psychics TV and your fortnightly edition of Collective Consciousness, streaming live to you all via Facebook and YouTube. It's lovely to have you all here with us this evening. I can see that we've already got comments popping up with all of our regulars that join the show. Welcome to you guys, and also to all of those brand new viewers that may be joining us for the first time here on Spiritual Psychics TV. You are very, very welcome. Collective Consciousness is a show that is purely dedicated to mediumship. And each fortnight, I get the amazing opportunity to introduce a new medium to the show, to share the platform with me. Not all of them are new to the channel, I might add. And I have to say that this evening's guest may be familiar to some of you regulars that join in, and I will be bringing him on screen in just a few moments. Just a few house rules for you guys before we get things going this evening. Please do be conscious that this is a public platform and all of your comments will be seen by members of the public. So please do use discretion when you place your comments. And whilst I'm talking about that, there is approximately a 10 to 15 second delay when you place your comments to us receiving them. So we'll be as patient with you as you have to be with us. Please do share us out there as well. So if you're watching via Facebook, it's dead easy to do. Just hit that share button in your link below. And if you are joining us via YouTube this evening, please do copy and paste this link via your swirly share icon button, again in your graphics box just below your screen there. And you can paste that onto all of your social media platforms. The producer, Richard, who do we have joining us here this evening, my friend? I can't tell you what he's saying, guys. He's being naughty as always. Via Facebook, we've got Snowly Baker saying hello. Hello to you, Snowly. It's lovely to have you join us, my lovely. Also via Facebook, we've got Debbie Berry Davies saying hello. Hello to you too, Debbie. Lovely to have you with us. Sandra Dobbs Martin is saying, great day to you. Great day back at you. Thank you very much for joining this evening. We've got the lovely Millie B. Big Bill is in the house. Big Bill is in the house. You're absolutely right. Thank you so much for joining. We've got the lovely Gail Amos, who is joining via YouTube. And it's our own giant Bill she's placing in the comments box there. But I think everybody, for those of you that are thinking, what are they talking about a giant here? We had a spiritual retreat weekend here at SPTV with Wimbledon Spiritualist Church. And some of our viewers come along for the weekend. If I got £1 for every time somebody said, you're an half taller than what I expected you to be, I would have come home a very rich man. We've got the lovely Laura Doherty who joins us here, and Debbie Gallagher also watching via Facebook saying, good evening, Bill, Marcus, and everyone. We've also got Shelley Hawkins who joins. Hello, Shelley. God bless you. Thank you for being here, along with Tina Gray. Good evening to you, Tina. We've got our lovely Alison Barton who watches via YouTube, and also Christine Marius who's saying good evening, Bill, Marcus, and everyone here tonight. I think we should bring Marcus on screen, producer Richard.
Good evening, Bill. Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Lapsa. How are you?
Yeah, I told you I had a surprise, and you've just popped my balloon now at the moment, because I lost count the number of times everybody was going around the hotel in Rome saying, God, Bill's big, isn't he? Have you seen how big Bill is? And the thing is, we had about what? I mean, you know, when I was in the army in Rheindahlem, there used to be, every soldier wanted to go to Rheindahlem because there was like 6 women to every one man. And on that retreat, let's be honest, there was about 25 women to every bloke, wasn't there? And every one of them was saying, everywhere, you could overhear it in the back, I didn't realise Bill was so big, you know. So you can tell that by the comments, like Big Bill, Giant Bill. So I don't know what you were doing the rest of the times you weren't demonstrating, but I think you made an impression.
I was on my best behaviour, I'll have you know, Mr. Lapsa.
Oh, you were. But I'll tell you now, you have got the nickname Big Bill. Big Bill.
Big Bad Bill. Oh, well, thank you, guys. It was lovely to get the opportunity to actually meet some of our lovely viewers, wasn't it, Marcus? And indeed, having a great opportunity not only to work in the physical with our SPT family, but also the Wimbledon Spiritualist Church family as well.
Oh, it was amazing. I just saw June Malkin there, and can I big shout out, June? Thank you so much. And I know you might feel a little bit embarrassed, but June gave me a specific donation for the team I'm working with in Ukraine, and I sent it on her behalf today.
Oh, God bless you, June. Thank you for doing that. That's so lovely. Yeah. So shall we say a few hellos, Marcus?
Yeah, what a fantastic weekend. Yeah, Alison, yes, I know. And I had a fantastic selfie with Alison as well. And Sam photobombed us as well. That was brilliant. Brilliant.
Oh, bless. Gail Almus is saying, I'm 5'2", so he's so tall to me. Yeah, I do remember you, Gail, looking down at you at one point and thinking to myself, I need to come down to your level.
Well, it was, you know, should have been carrying a little cardboard cutout just saying, this is all you can see me, you know. Yeah, it's fantastic, though. Absolutely. And the energy was
lovely.
Brilliant. Energy was
brilliant. It was amazing, wasn't it? We've got Stace Shaw that joins us via Facebook saying, evening, Bill and Marcus. Evening to you, Stace. God bless you for joining.
Where's my angel husband came from? Oh, right. Okay, Vanessa. Siddiqui. That means, how are you in Welsh? You know, only a little bit of Welsh. Big Bad Bill is going stick. Is gonna stick. Yeah, it is. It is. Not Bad Bill. Big Bill, not Bad Bill. Come on, June. Come on.
Oh, bless you all. Oh, bless you all. Christine Davis saying, evening, Bill and Marcus. Good evening to you, Christine. Thank you for joining, my lovely. Don't forget to share us out there as well, guys. Let's help Spiritual Psychics TV grow and reach as many people as we possibly can.
Can I just jump in with something, please, Bill? Because you mentioned this 15-second delay on Facebook. And can I please ask everybody, you know, if you're getting a message, stick to your screen. Because quite often, 15 seconds is 15 seconds. That's enough of a delay. But I'm sure as we are giving messages, people are just going out making a cup of tea. So if I get a contact and we're not getting any feedback, I'll just move on to the next one. Because, you know, when we were working live, it was so energetic, wasn't it? You get the instant feedback.
Absolutely. And I think this is where we've really found the differentiation between working in the physical and online, because I don't know about you, but when we're working online, I feel as though we have to surrender ourselves even more so to our guides with regards to the information that they're placing with us. Because when you're working in the physical, as you say, you get a pull on that energy. There's something that's just a little bit different about it. But we're going to do our best here, as we always do this evening, for everybody that joins us.
And, you know, for Alison and Terry, I'm not going to be a boff, as they call me, a bone or fart. Like, because as you say, we tone it down a bit, don't we? Because of the information and whatever. And I'm thinking, come on, let's get this energy rolling. Let's just do it.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got lovely Joanne Lewis who joins us
via
YouTube. Hi, Joanne. Thank you for joining, my darling. And Tyler Falk, who is saying, hi, everyone. Loads of love. Loads of love back to you, Tyler. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much indeed. So we're going to get things kicked off.
As in Ricky and Tyler.
It's our Ricky and Tyler. Hi.
Divine Sparkle.
Ah, bless. Thanks for being with us, guys. It's lovely to have you all here. We could have a chat all evening, but then we wouldn't be making any connections and bringing any of your loved ones through. So I think we should try and start getting things kicked off. What do you think, Marcus?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. Right. So we're both going to stay on screen tonight because, as well as giving our own individual messages, we are going to be working conjoined links for the same recipient. So if you feel either way when I'm delivering a message, or vice versa, that you feel you've got other information that you want to bring in, that you want to come in onto the link, then let's do that, because I think that's the way to move forward here this evening, because that's what I'm feeling. And I have got to say, it was really different and very difficult for me this evening as a medium. I'm going to be very honest and share that with everybody publicly tonight. Just over a week ago, I lost someone in my family that was so incredibly dear to me, who was a huge part in my life growing up. And he stepped forward tonight when I was in meditation. So I know that I've got the essence of him here with me, and I'm getting cut up as I say that. So I'm going to quickly move on and stay focused and in the mindset. I want to talk about Marcus, and I feel that we're going to work on this link together here, my friend. Okay. I want to talk about this little girl. I've had this beautiful, I can only describe her as a dolly, right? Last 2 evenings as well, when I've been opening myself up to spirit, I've been having my conversations, I've been inviting them to come close. This little girl has drawn her energies very close by to me. Now, she presents herself to me, and I don't want to put her any more than around about 4 years of age. She is beautiful. She's tiny. She's minuscule. She was singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, but in the most innocent of ways. She was singing it, Tinkle, Tinkle, Little Star. You know how children would when their vocabulary is not just fully formed, okay?
With a bit of a lisp. With a bit of a lisp.
There you are, right? And she was taking my mindset to just like a field of green, and she was picking the smallest, tiniest little yellow flowers. But I feel with this beautiful child that I do have Nanny with me, because Nanny joins me here this evening. And I feel as though I'm reaching out not only to a mother to take this message, but this mother would understand about her own mother, or indeed her own mother-in-law, that's also in spirit. And I just wanted to bring the confidence forward in this message with regards to letting the recipient know that she has your angel. And that's the way that she was just conversing here with me. I know with this lady that as she joins me and she steps forward, I know that my passing when I crossed over to spirit was very, very quick, and it was very, very simplistic. I don't feel as though I want to have a build up to this lady's passing whatsoever. I almost feel as though I just want to say that it was very peaceful. I closed my eyes and I went to sleep. And when I opened my eyes, I was back home. I was in spirit. And I'm hoping that there's somebody here this evening that can take this message, because it's really important for me to just be bringing the essence of that beautiful little girl forward, because she's been with me, as I say, for the last 2 days. Now, I don't know if anybody's claimed any of this message so far there, Richard, but I'm certainly going to see if Marcus has anything that he wants to add into this.
Yeah, it was just when you're saying that she was singing it, I felt she had a little bit of the lisp. It wasn't, a big thing, but it was something. And just, because I didn't really, as we do anyway, I'm not making any excuses. But it also, when you started talking about the lady, my team told me, said, notice the way Bill touched his glass. You would have been unconscious. You touched the glasses like that. That, I feel, would link to the person this side who can take the message. Somebody has a little habit of doing that with the glasses. But when this little girl was singing, the head was going, a little head was going like this. Something like that. And it was like the repetition. I'm not really getting much on the lady. It's just this lovely, lovely energy. And now, this could be sort of the way spirit work, but the Shirley Temple type.
100%. 100%.
But the name Shirley means something. The name Shirley means... yeah.
Okay. Richard, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
All
right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So we've made the connection, but we can't go any further public with this connection, guys. So we are going to send these 2 beautiful energies and these 2 beautiful souls back home to spirit there, and we're going to start opening ourselves up to the next.
2 seconds, Bill.
Yeah, go.
2 seconds. Just before, because I'm not going to give any other information. It's just an action. Because the little girl went like that. That's it. Okay.
Thanks.
Just like
and
that.
For the recipient who can take that message, God bless you. We send you lots and lots of love at this moment in time. Okay, we've also got Empress Queen who joins us, Marcus, via YouTube, saying hello from Brunswick. Yeah, all the way from the US of A. So good evening
American
to you,
friends,
Empress.
American friends.
God bless you. It's lovely to have you with us from the other side of the water there, guys. Right, shall we work on another link here?
Yeah,
then,
I've
Mr.
got
Lapsa?
Arthur, age 71. Arthur, age 71. He's just stepped in. I'll be honest with you, he stepped in before the girl, but he's a bit of, well, no, not stepped in. It's terrible terminology we use, isn't it? It's as if he stepped in the door, but he hasn't. He was just there. It was in my mind. It's Arthur, and he died at the age of 71. And the thing is, what he's putting on me, he's a little bit agitated. You know the way some people they can't sit still and they can't do this, that everything else. And he said, "Oh, yeah, well, I'm sorry about this, Bill." He said, "Look at Bill." He said, "I had more hair than Bill. I had a little bit on the sides. I had a little bit on the sides there. A little bit on the sides there." He said,
"Oh, bless you."
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
That's
Bill.
all right.
But can anybody take this Arthur, age 71, and he's you know that gummy feeling that they put on your mouth when there's something missing there, and I feel that he had some teeth on the top, but he didn't have any teeth on the bottom, so he had the bottom set. He's saying that he had the bottom set, and he made my Arthur, and it's an accent. Arthur, I don't do accents. I'm Welsh, for goodness sake. Arthur. You know when they drop certain letters, and I feel this. It would just be a particular pass to you. He just said pass to you, mate. So
wonderful. Okay.
So
Christine's just saying that her father died at the age of 71. Okay, so that's great. We've got a little bit of validation there. We've also got Hazel Pearson who says, yes, she can also take Arthur, which is fantastic. What I'm getting from this communicator, Marcus, as you were talking about the mouth, he was making my mouth particularly dry, okay? But the other thing that I feel that I need to be acknowledging is that there would have been dribble marks that would have sat just underneath the bottom of my lips, at the corners of the mouth.
All dried. It'd be dried.
Yes, yeah, like that white residue, that white build-up. So I wonder if the ladies that have stepped forward to claim Arthur at this moment in time can also relate to that little bit of dribble staining that would have been present just on the corners of his mouth there, please. Lulu says, my granddad was called Arthur and he had a few teeth missing in his later life as well. So we need to get a bit more evidence here.
He's
so
a sniffer
exactly
who it is. Sniff a lot as well, Bill. Sorry to jump in because
that's okay.
You carry on, mate. He said he kept on making me sniff.
Yeah, but when you just said sniff to there, oh, I'm getting can you hear that? I'm getting tongue-tied, right? So I know that there's problems with me conversing, there's problems with me getting my words out, or indeed there was some type of a stammer, you would understand with this gentleman. But as you said sniff, he said to me, no, snuff.
Oh wow! Yeah. Got you.
Right. So I need to place that element of snuff that would have been used around him as well. Dawn saying, "This is my dad. He also sniffed a lot." Wonderful. Dawn, can you also take about that saliva, that dried in saliva, and also the snuff link that he's placing here with me as well, my darling? Marcus mentioned that he had more hair than me. So again, please just relate with
only a little bit. A little bit more.
Marcus, where we lack hair on our head, we have it in other areas of our body. But we got to keep this show clean. Yeah. And Dawn saying Dad was Arthur, but he was 77 there. Okay, right. Let's see what else it is that we can get from him. God bless him. And Matilda saying my granddad used to do that too. I'm assuming that is in relation to the snuff there. So thank you, Matilda. That's wonderful that you've taken that. A lot of people
taking this, Bill. You just give me 2 birthdays in November. One of them was the 4th. 4th of November is a birthday. So we can just sort of, I know a lot, they run messages, parallel, but we're trying to drill this down for people.
Absolutely.
Whoever it's for can take 2 birthdays in November. Specifically, one of them's the 4th. I don't know which the other one is. And he's telling me, saying he's giving you feelings on the chest, Bill. I said, why don't you give them to me?
He is. He genuinely
I
is.
said, well, why don't you do it to me then?
He genuinely is. He's actually making me feel really breathless as we're talking. Lulu's saying my granddad Arthur was always spilling food down him and missing his mouth, bless him. Always had a blocked nose and no hair on the top of his head, just a little on the sides.
Let's go with Lulu. Lulu,
Okay.
can you take the Novembers?
Dawn's saying her daughter's the 5th of November.
No, it's the 4th, Dawn. It's the 4th. They can count.
Okay. I also feel that 23 is relevant here as well, Marcus. So I'm going to take 23 to the back end of the month of November there as well. Can you also please, ladies, associate the name Dolly around this gentleman, please? Because I'm hearing, I said, hello, Dolly. I'm getting that played out in the back of my mind here, guys. So I know that there's a link and an association either to this name or indeed to that song, please. Lulu, she can take one passing in November and one birthday. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 dates that are sat in November there. Which can relate to Lulu as well. Right, where else are we going? Come on, Spirit, give us a little bit more, please. Righty-ho. I also feel, and Dolly was a great grand. Okay, perfect.
Right, Lulu, sorry to jump in, Bill. Lulu, you should also be able to take an Auntie Jane. It won't be Aunt Jane, it'd be Auntie Jane, because as Bill was talking about the dolly, they used a little bit of symbolism with me with dolly mixtures, and she used to keep those in mint imperial types. I'm not saying they are mint imperial type sweets in there, so you should have an Auntie Jane as well, Lulu. Back to you, Bill.
Okay, Lulu as well. As I'm connecting with you here, my darling, and I'm just asking for a little bit more present day information now, my lovely. Could you please understand why I'm being drawn down into having some type of reflux condition that I need to be acknowledging around you? Somebody that's connected to you directly on the earth plane at this moment in time. I also feel, as I've said that information, and it is a sentient feeling that I'm getting, that I want to associate this to a baby. So there must be somebody who's recently had a baby around you where there is this reflux condition with this infant, please, my darling. And it would be very interesting if you could just let us know. And it's funny that we were talking about this Dolly link earlier on with regards to that song there. But I also feel as though I want this name to be shared as it goes down in the generations, but I want to be placing it as a second name as well. So somebody has named a baby with Dolly as a middle name in honor of great gran as well, please, sweetheart. So do let us know if that sits well with you and you can relate to the information that's just being shared there for you, my lovely. Okie dokie, Marcus, what you got?
I think I'm moving on to a different link, to be honest, Bill.
Okay, all right. So just before we send these beautiful souls back off up to the angels, I just want to see if I can get a parting gift there for our lovely Lulu, because it's important for me, as you know, the way that I work, that we always leave the recipient with something from their loved ones when they've made their visitation to them. Okay, all right. Lulu, I don't know what's going on around you, but I certainly feel the inking of a tattoo needle that's just being placed with me. I do know a child named Dolly. Perfect. Thank you, sweetheart. Can you also take an ink in, please, that I'm just feeling being impressioned upon the inside of my wrist here as well, please, my darling. I feel that this is very relevant. I want to be placing this with you or indeed directly linked to you. I don't want to say that this is connected to Dolly by any means, but I certainly know that there's an element of me acknowledging about personal growth or strength with regards to wordings here, my lovely. So I'm going to leave that as your parting gift. I'll be watching the comments just to see if you can take the information. And I'm going to say, God bless you. And thank you for giving myself and Marcus opportunity to work with you there. Okay, Marcus, what have you got, my friend?
Just as, you know, just as we're finishing off there, I got a mum step in and she told me that she was type 2 diabetic. Type 2 diabetic, she said. Type 2. And she used a funny little voice, type 2, as if, you know, as if it was a badge of honor, as opposed to I wasn't type 1. Type 2. And it was to do with, I suppose, her lifestyle and whatever. But she gave me the 3rd of March is the birthday. Oh, wow. Yeah, Lulu, well done. Smack on, Bill. Lulu just said her daughter just had a tattoo right there.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, because you know, I know that they run things parallel, and I know lots of people can be involved, this, that, and the other. But I was just shouting out, saying, come on, let's drill it down a bit sooner so we can get more information out there. So I wouldn't need to link with a mum in spirit that was type 2 diabetic. But when she talked, her voice used to go a little bit up, and she's telling me she's doing something with your back, Bill, she said.
Do you know what? I've just sat upright. I don't know if you've just seen that. I've just sat upright because I felt really, what's going on here?
Third match is my sister. Oh, God. Are we? Oh, my goodness. Are we still on the same link? Are we still? Oh, wow. Okay, I haven't finished off, did I? Lulu, could you give us some immediate feedback, please? Because, as I said, I just got 3rd of March, and I don't want to place that if it's with you, Lulu. But if it is with you, Lulu, because as Bill was mentioning the tattoo there's a tattoo with, you know, on the left arm with mum. You know, the design with mum and dad on. But I thought that was for the next link, to be honest. But Lulu, if you could give us immediate feedback on there and whether you can take a mum with type 2 diabetics, because I'll tell you now, I boxed it as separate information. So if 3rd of March is with you, Lulu, you should be able to take the mum and somebody that had a tattoo and that had mum and dad on. But the new link is a mum with type 2 diabetes. This is the problem when we're moving on, isn't it?
A mum with type 2 diabetes that made me sit upright, that made me sit forward.
New link. Sorry, Bill.
Okay, that's fine. So we've got Sadia Blanks who's saying my mum's birthday is the 3rd of March. Fine. Thank you so much, Sadia, for coming forward. That's fantastic. Thank you for your feedback. We're going to get some more information for you so that we know that we're on the correct vein of the message here for you, my darling. She, as you said, Marcus, you're absolutely right. So Lulu's saying mum's still on the airplane, so we have left Lulu. We've just had a crossover of dates, and that's Spirit's way of working and touching several people at once, which is great.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Lulu.
But you're absolutely right there. I did feel a sense of uncomfortableness because she made me sit upright. She made me feel as though I wanted to straighten my back and push my body forward. It's almost as though I want to click or crack my bones, you would understand, where I've been sat in one position for too long. Absolutely. But I know with this lady, the way that she worked with me, that my legs just went from underneath me. She makes me feel that right at the very end, where medical intervention happened, it was because my legs went directly from underneath me and I hit the floor and I couldn't get myself back up. And I feel that that is where type 2 crossed over to type 1, because I'm getting across the type 1, type 2 diabetes here. So please, ladies and gents, do let us know once again if this information is relatable to you by popping it up in your comment section. What else have you got there, Marcus?
Yeah, it's just to make people realise we've got a mum in spirit that had type 2 diabetes. Bill's just given specific information on there. The 3rd of March doesn't necessarily mean it's her birthday. She just gave that as a birthday. Now, Lulu said she could take them. Another contact said they could take the March. We do this just to drill things down. But, you know, when you said that she went down, I also got, the feeling I got was like, you know, when you get a little bit of vertigo and it's a little bit out of it. But because I said to her, I said, why are you telling me that you were doing this to Bill then? And that's when she showed me that she was out of line as well. So you picked, you know, obviously she gave it to you perfectly, but it was that she'd have to move and try to get comfortable and everything else. But there's also, she would also link with the jack and and you know that Jack's fat would eat no fat, his wife would eat no lean. She's not saying that him and his wife were like that, but his wife was quite large. He's telling. So she would link with the Jack, whose wife was quite a full-bodied woman. That's the best way to put it. That's why I've got.
Okay.
Have we got, right? Sadie Blanks, could you please give us information as fast as possible so we can check we're on the right line? Because Bill's gives some very specific information. Can you give us some feedback, please, Sadie?
I'm left-hand dominant as well. I feel as though I've got a dominance within my left hand, whether this sits with our communicator or this sits with our recipient. I know that she's making me understand that I'm left-hand dominant at this moment in time because she's just telling me that here. She's speaking to me as she's giving that there. I also feel with this lady as well that, you were saying with regards to a little bit wavy or feeling a little bit hazy. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to place that at this moment in time with our recipient because I feel as though my head is all over the place. Okay. I don't feel as though at this moment in time our recipient is clearly thinking correctly. There's an awful lot of dynamics that are just going on around family life. She makes me understand where I'm not being able to focus properly. So again, I'm placing that information out there with the hope that our recipient completely understands where it is that we're being taken with that. Now, Tina Gray says she can take all of this, but type 2 with a different person.
Right. Tina, was the person who was type, well, because I got mum with that, so I can't change that. The thing is, as Bill and I are working together, somebody's fiddling with my nose as well, by the way, the tickling of the nose. But I just said, come on, give us something so we can separate it. There's someone. Yes, my that was quite similar. Marcus Lapsa on it. Right, Sadie, I really think we're with you. Yeah. Now, Sadie, yeah. I need some really, really good feedback on this because someone lost. I just shouted out to her, give me something. And she said, there's someone this side, there's a memory where someone threw a cup or a mug in anger. So wonderful. That should be a memory and that should drill it down. And the thing is, Sadie, there is something in and around you at the moment that really, really is I don't know if I'm going to use the right terminology. I would use is really getting on your nerves, And the thing is, we can shoulder someone else's problems, but you have to make the decision. You have to make the decision. And if you don't, then so be it. And someone uses that terminology from Spirit. They used to say, give it good advice. And if you don't say, so be it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something to do. I know you said left dominant, but they just said they're doing something. Well, why are they telling me that they're doing things with you? They said they're doing something with your hands. I can't see your hand.
They are, because you know what I want to do? I want to flick a coin and turn around to Sadie and say to her, it's no good flicking a coin and asking heads or tails.
Yeah,
you know exactly what it is that you've got to do. And this would be the way that she would have been when she was here on the earth plane. This is her personality that now comes through me, that now shines out through me. It's no good flicking a coin and leaving it to chance. You know what it is that you have to do. It's about finding that inner strength and that courage to follow what your intuition is telling you to do so, my darling. And again, I hope that sits well with you and you can understand why it is that she gives that to me. Can you also understand that I just want to have a little bit of placement of facial hair with this lady as well, please? Okay. I don't want it to be dark, but I know that there's a little patch or a little tuft that she feels. She touches me. She makes me feel on the side of my cheek here as well, darling. So I know that I've got to acknowledge that also with her. But it's all about the strength of this lady as she connects with both myself and Marcus here, that we really just need to be bringing to the forefront and the fruition of your mind, because you would understand about there being this conversation that you have with her. Okay, and you're talking to her about these troubles or these experiences that are placed with you at this moment in time within your life. That's the reason why she came in with the message about flicking the coin. You know what you've got to do. Don't leave it to chance anymore. But do let us know with regards to the understanding of why she just wants to place a little bit of facial hair there as well, my darling. Marcus, what you got, my friend?
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking, why aren't we getting any feedback from Sadie? Because there's only a 15-second delay, so I think if we're not getting the feedback, we'll just... Yeah, we'll just, I'll just leave this with you, Sadie, and we're going to move on, because unless we got the feedback, then we can get more then. Sadie, the thing is, you've already made the decision. You know that. No ifs or buts about it. Bill's just package it up in a nice, responsible way for you. And when you're waking up round about between 12 and 1 o'clock in the night, and your mind's overactive, you've already made the decision. So just go with it. As I say, if we're not getting the feedback, I just think we should move on to the next link.
Okay. Well, Sadie, I hope that you can take comfort, guidance, and whatever else it is that you need from that message there, my darling. I will say God bless you, and thank you so much for giving both myself and Marcus opportunity of working.
And Sadie, don't worry about the emotional build-up either. Okay, that's normal, because you are. I need to have a knee off, and there's been cancer, so I mean not to go for it. Yes, jet blood on the side of your face. We got the feedback just as we were moving on. The thing is,
God bless
come on, let's give us a. And the thing is, Sadie, as Bill has said, their love is there, and you've already made the decision. Okay, you've already had a few answers, so implement. Stop carrying other people's problems.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're also those healing angels to surround you with the love, upliftment, and the support it is that you need at this moment in time, my lovely, to help you get through your impending operation. God bless you, sweetheart. Okay. Just before we go into our next message, Mr. Lapsa, I'm just going
Mr.
to run.
That's a bit formal, isn't it?
Okay. Well, sometimes.
Okay,
sometimes,
Big Bill. Okay, Big Bill. Okay,
sometimes, the South London does have to just step it up a notch. So we're just gonna.
Big Bill, I'm just gonna formal now.
I'm just going to go through a rundown of what we've got coming up on SPTV tomorrow before we go into some more messages. So stay with us, guys. And again, please do share us out there. Sharing is caring, and we really appreciate your support. So what's coming up on the show tomorrow, Producer Richard? So we've got the lovely Sam O'Neill, who comes on to SPTV tomorrow at 1 o'clock with her rune reading show. So the lovely Sam O'Neill at 1 o'clock tomorrow there, guys. And tomorrow evening at 8 p.m, we've got lovely Ashley Robinson with his show Being Spiritual, all about philosophy, independence, responsibility, integrity, and trust. Some really insightful conversations that do take place on that show. And it is a real good source of information for any of you new developing mediums, because you will learn so much from that. Okay, Producer Richard. Okay, Producer Richard. So Producer Richard's just saying to me that this coming Sunday was a trance evening with our lovely Polly, but there is a possibility that could be cancelled. We send out lots of loving thoughts of healing to our Polly as well at this moment in time. So Polly, if you're watching, or indeed you're watching this on playback, healing coming your way, my sweetheart. So do keep an eye on the SPTV website, Facebook page, guys, and that will give you constant updates as to whether or not the show will continue to go ahead there. Sadie's just given us some feedback there, Marcus, saying thank you. I love and miss my mum every day, and my dad, and also my late husband. Sadie, you're so welcome, my darling. God bless you. Hello, Big Charles. I know that you're joining us there, my lovely. How are you?
Oh, just dropped me pen.
Oh, crikey.
I just dropped me pen. Sorry about that, Bill. I just dropped me pen, and the guy's come in and says, "Well, it can't be under my left foot, because he lost his leg from the knee down on the left." Wow, that's a weird way to get a link, isn't it? That's a weird way to get a link. Ooh,
Right, so who have we got coming in here then? Let's dig a little bit deeper.
There's a gentleman in spirit that is from the knee down. It's as if, it's weird really, because I say from the knee down because they wouldn't leave the knee there, would they? But it's only half a leg. Yeah, that's it. He hasn't given me any more yet.
Half a leg, right? Who are you, my friend? let's get him to step a little bit closer and see where we go with this.
3rd of
communication
October
here.
would link with that as well, and also and he was an alcoholic.
Okay.
He's an alcoholic.
I've got somewhat of a drawn-in face. I've got somewhat of a drawn-in impression that's just coming over me at this moment in time. Okay, so I know that I've got quite defined cheekbone area with this gentleman. I've got a little bit of lucidity to my skin here, just around my jawline with this chap as well, please. I do have somewhat of a yellowing that's just being placed upon my skin here as well with him. So I know there was a discoloration that was happening in my skin that would probably link to, yeah, absolutely. I was going to say the substance that would have been consumed within his body. So that would have taken its toll with this gentleman as well. I feel that my throat is being affected here as well with this chap. So I know he draws me up into my throat and he changes the dynamics of my vocal cords somewhat there as well. So I know that there would have been evidence before he made his journey back home to spirit, that there would have been something going on around my throat area which changed the dynamics of my vocal cords there. Does that make sense with you? Do you get that, Marcus?
Oh, 100%. He used to cough in the morning, cough in the afternoon, and cough in the evening. You know when he, you know the old. Excuse me. I said, well, you don't have to hit me that much. You know what they used to call the rattling smoker's cough, where they sorry, sorry about that, Richard. I lifted up because he made me cough. You know where that rasping smoker's cough, where they trying to bring up. He used to do that in the morning. He used to do. Have we got any takers? Because that's very specific information, Richard. Kim. I think we've got Kim. Yeah. And
yeah, please.
Exactly 100%. Missing part of I think so. Yeah, the 100% you know when you were describing, it was very gaunt features, very gaunt, sunken. And his eyes were sunken as well.
Yeah.
And dark, dark underneath the eyes.
Yes.
Thin, scruffy. Alcohol. Yeah. And the thing is, Kim, and I'm, look. The thing is, when you've got an addiction, it is an addiction, and it's like a disease. And the problem is that it wasn't, it wasn't because of the leg. It was well before the leg. It was well before the leg. His addictive personality is there, and he did have a lot of internal, what he's trying to describe as issues. That's what he wants to say, issues. And he's talking about Kim, someone this side that has some issues. And the thing is, Kim, look, you can try Kim, it's either you, Kim, or someone very close to you does this exact thing. You build up that energy, and then you want to cry, and your voice changes emotionally as you're trying to talk like that, to try to get through, as if you want to bang some people's heads together. Pass the bill, they just said, Bill.
Thank you. Marcus, at this present moment in time, Kim, I hope that you can understand this information here, darling, because he's taking me on a ride. He's putting me on a mobility scooter, and he's making me want to shout, "Get out the way! The way!" So I know that he didn't need a horn to let people know that he was coming. They would have heard his voice, because "Get out the way!" he keeps calling to me, and he would have gotten some as well. He would have zipped and really have gone quite fast with this. It's either a mobility scooter or a wheelchair. I know I'm on some type of device that's just moving me along somewhat really, really quickly. But get out the way, you say, low. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Because that was his character, you would understand. I raised my voice on more than one occasion. He's making me understand it. In fact, I feel that as I'm working with him, and my guide team was saying to me, just tone it down a little bit, Bill, because I could hear my voice was getting louder and louder and louder. But you would understand that he spoke loud. This is the way that he would have been. I don't know. I don't feel as though I've got some type of deaf issues or deafness that surrounds my ears, but I just want to talk really loudly with him, please, my darling. So do it again. Give us the feedback to let us know that you understand what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I can take him out and tip him. Just take him out and yeah.
So
Hello, Helen.
Helen Graham. Yeah. Okay. So Helen's also taking this information as well, Marcus.
As you were saying that, Bill, and you were saying talk loud, he said to me, he said, I used to swear a lot as well, and I didn't bloody care. You know, when you're saying you're talking loud, he said, I didn't bloody care. Sorry to use the word bloody, but that's the way, I should say bleeding. But he swore a lot as well, you know, swore a lot.
Yeah.
As a prison one, never told about it. Yeah. I mean, for obvious reasons, with his conditions and his addictions and various different things, there was chest things and all this, that, and the other. But I know Helen's saying that she can take everything, but I feel it. I'm not sure, because one of you will be able to take this next bit of information, because I've just said, look, mate, we need to separate this because there's two. If it's running parallel, that's all well and good, because he is telling me there was an instance where he wet himself, and that's specific, okay? And he was a bit embarrassed, obviously, for obvious reasons. And that was, oh, right, okay, mate, okay. It was a little bit more than that, because he said I soiled myself, okay? And that's bad memory for him. And he's just using it as evidence, and then we'll just move away from it, okay? But there was a memory where he was so intoxicated that he soiled himself and somebody had to help him. Okay. Can I just move? I'll move away from that now, Bill.
Okay, sure. I'm just going to go on the next bit of information that I'm being shared with. Excuse the handwriting there, ladies and gentlemen. Weights. But I don't want to be a weight lifter. I want those smaller handheld weights, please, that he places within my hands at this moment in time. So I know that these would have been used with regards to helping build me up, okay, because I feel that this is very relevant information when the amputation took place with regards to building up that upper body strength. And they got on his nerves. The physio got on his nerves. He was a bit of a Victor Meldrew, I've got to be honest. That's the only way that I can liken his personality. God love him. But he just puts them weights in my hands at this moment in time, and they got on my nerves, he's telling me, Bill. I couldn't stand all of that physiotherapy and all of it being very finicky around me. So again, I hope, I feel as though for me, my draw is going more so to Kim than Helen. I have to be honest.
Yeah, I'm with that. And just as I saw, Kim, please don't give us that type of information. Because just as I've got that one of his drinks where he could get it was used to be called snake bite, and he used to also drink white diamonds. Oh wow, that's yeah, okay. So that should single it out as well. Single it out. They keep on touching my nose as well. There's someone this side that's got a problem with the left nasal passage. Left nasal passage, and I feel that I'm with Kim. There's someone that has got a problem with left nasal passage, and also the birth weight of. Oh, why do they do these random things with me? The birth weight of 8 pounds 2 ounces. Kim should be able to link with.
Wonderful. Okay. Just before we send him back up to the angels there, and Helen saying not me, there you go.
Yeah.
So,
thank you, Helen, but it is very important you speak up very well. Thank you, Helen.
Absolutely. Just before we send him back up to the angels there, Marcus, again, I'm just working with him to see if I can get some type of parting gift. And as you know, Spirit love to work with me with food. I want to bring forward the most scrumptious, the most sweetest tasting, and there's an awful lot of spice that's being added into this rice pudding. Rice pudding. And it's been made with double cream as well.
Stop it.
This is how I put on so much weight. Well, that's my excuse anyway. So I know that I just want to be bringing that forward as a parting gift there. And I'm going to leave my love and Marcus's love with you, our sweetheart, and say God bless you. And thank you so much for giving us the opportunity of working with you. And again, we'll be keeping an eye on those comments just to see your last bit of feedback there for us, sweet. Okay, God bless.
And Kim, what he wants to get across, just as we're winding off, the thing is, they bring me these memories as evidence. This person's okay. This person's okay. Okay.
Bless.
This person's okay. He's dealing with. He had a lot of problems in his year, but they are okay. But not all these memories is just to prove this continuation of life all. Thank you for that, but it's definitely £8, 2 ounces. It was £8, 2 ounces. Yeah, thank you for putting that up. But you will find a birth weight of £8, 2 ounces because he's just told me. You will find one. When they give things like this, just widen it out a bit because there's also twins in the family as well. But I'm not working anymore on this link. Okay, let's move on. Bill, you've got one.
Bless you. Okay, all right. I feel as though the end of February, the beginning of March, for a recipient that sits here with us this evening at home, bears relevance to the next communicator that I'm working with. I've got a younger gentleman who comes close to me here this evening. I've got a younger gentleman who's full of beans. He's full of life. He's dark-haired. He's a real handsome chap as well, okay? I feel with him the way that he works that, do you know what? He would have loved life to the fullest, okay? But for some reason, I don't want to come out of these last 2 weeks of relevance. So I know I'm the back end of February, the very beginnings of March, that must sit with somebody here this evening who's watching. I feel with this gentleman that I want to make a connection, and I feel as though I want to talk about sister. I want to talk to my sister. He's making me conscious of at this moment in time, Marcus. I know I'm not saying that this gentleman would have taken his life through suicide, but I know that suicide awareness is being given to me within my mind-to-mind communication with him. So this must sit well with the recipient that can take the information there as well. I want to be dressed in blue with him as well. I think blue was his favourite colour, or indeed I'm taking blue into some type of sporting team colours that would sit well with this young gentleman. Thank you. And I also do feel that I don't want to go outside of my 30s age bracket with him. So I feel as I'm going into towards the later part of my 20s with him. Chrissy, you're saying brother died in February on the 26th. Thank you, my darling. Can you relate to any more of the information that he shared with me so far, so that we can identify that he's with you there, please, my sweetie? Kimber, hi, sounds like my brother passed on the 3rd of March. Thank you, Kim. Also, can you just relate to the additional pieces of information that it is that he's shared so far with us here this evening, my lovely? I feel like Kim feels right to me, but Marcus, what is it that you've got? Let's make sure we can now this link.
They've told me not yet step back for me.
Okay.
So you just carry on, mate.
Okay, right. Then in that case, I'll continue to work with Kim, because that's where I feel my pull was there for you, Kim. Bless you. Can you understand why he's saying to me that he doesn't want to take me beyond the 30s bracket, or indeed, can you understand 30 as being significant with regards to a date that would sit particularly well around you, or indeed with he there, my lovely? Okay. I feel as well that Okay. I feel as well that Blue for Chelsea, thank you. I feel as well, Kim, that I need to be saying to you here as well, my darling, that he's very proud of what it is that you've done, because you've done this with regards to this awareness or raising awareness. And I feel as though you've done that with the intention of his memory, you would understand, please, darling. And that still continues within you. There's still that drive to want to do more, to be able to reach out to more people, he tells me, you would understand. I can see Wendy Watson's also saying that she can relate to parts of this information. Thank you, Wendy. But for me, I have to say that I feel that this link is very, very, very strong with our Kim. So I'm going to continue to work with her. But if you can take anything from this message, then please do.
I think I'm with Wendy. I think I'm with Wendy.
That's why you were told to step back. So I'm going to just continue with Kim just for the next minute or so, Marcus, and then I'll hand over to you to work with your lady there as well. Okay, Kim, let's see where else it is that we're going with you there as well, please, my darling. Okay. He needs to slow himself down. And I'm being drawn to son here. I'm being drawn to your feedback. My son is 30 this year. He needs to slow himself down, not in a physical sense. He's going way too fast in life, you would understand, okay? I'm way ahead of the game with this young gentleman, okay? And I feel with him the way that your brother communicates here with me, that we just want to get a refocus on this gentleman's mind at this moment in time. For a chap of his generation, I've got to say that he is ahead of the field. Okay, I want to put a much more older head on this gentleman's shoulders, you would understand. Okay, there's so much ambition and drive that gets spoken to me here, Kim, that you would understand this relates and sits well with him. Please, my darling, just do give me that feedback and let me know if that is relatable and you understand why I feel that I need to be sharing the information that way there with you. Okay, my friend. All right. Okay. There's something to do with lyrics of a song where I'm being drawn to wanting to talk about star or stars. Okay, because he's just singing. Okay, I want to talk about Simply Red and that song where I want to fall from the stars straight there in your arms, or lyrics to that extent, you would understand. I feel as though, you know what, the way that he works here with me, God love him, that he is your shining star. He will continue to be your shining star. See, I'm getting tongue tied. Your shining star, Kim. But that must be really, really evident, or something really special with star there for you. Not sure about that with your son. Okay, my darling, then can you place that with your brother then, indeed, because it's got to fit one or the other, you would understand. But as he just starts to draw his energies back here, because I feel very happy with what I've come to say and share with you this evening, Kim, he leaves you an envelope, and inside this envelope, I've got two £10 notes. And I feel as though this is some type of memory link association or something that sits with you just now. You know the song. Then take that song. If you can't understand why he's done that, take that song and listen to that song tonight, because that's been shared for a reason there for you, my darling. And there's an envelope with two £10 notes, £20 in total, £20. I hope that sits well with you. I hope you understand why he shares that with me. I'm going to leave his love with you because he blows kisses to you as he's doing so. And I'm going to hand over to Marcus to share his information with his recipient. God bless you, Kim. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Bill. Richard, my birthday is not good, right? Wendy, as I said, you know, when Bill was talking, you know, and they run things parallel and we're going forward and everything else, we all get excited and we get there. They literally told me, not yet, not yet, not yet, step back. So when Bill passed over to me, and then as soon as your name come up, then they said, you know, yes. So Wendy, I need some fairly instant feedback on this, okay? It only takes 16 seconds, so I want you typing as much as you can, because if I'm with you, I'm with you, and if you're not, then it'll be my mistake, because the character is coming through, and he was saying, why me? Why me? Why me? And he's telling me that where he's putting my eyes out of focus, there's someone this side, that the focus is not there, and their head's all over the place. There should also be a link with the armed forces where, and this is not necessarily linking with him. This is just general information that check if I'm with you or not. And this is why I need this instant feedback, because someone said, there should be a memory, being an army wife is no life. Being an army wife is no life. So there was a memory of someone being married in the army, and the person was going away, the wives were left in married quarters, and that caused problems in a relationship where in time they parted. So I need that information, Wendy. I've also got 2 birthdays in December, an anniversary of a gentleman's passing in January, and a lady that died at the grand old age of 89. 89. Now, I haven't got any feedback. Yes, my son obsessed with armed forces. Oh, wow. Do you know, wow. Wendy, I was literally just about to say, but it wasn't I, Bill? I'm not getting any feedback. Let's move on. And then we've got the feedback. Thank you, Wendy, because there's also a lady that died at the age of 89 there. And the thing is, look, he's like an all-encompassing energy, Wendy. And I'll tell you now, your mind is all over the place at the moment. The stress is there, the anxiety. I'm not yet. Well, the words I'm using, I always say, if it comes from spirit and it doesn't fit right, just throw it out, okay? Because I've got emotional stress and a bit of anxiety, and I feel that he's talking about you, and it's not outside your orbit, and he's coming to give you that little bit of encouragement. Oh, he's giving me all the classics. You smell lavender. You do this with you. I remember that on the 10th of December. Oh, did I give that date? Did I? Well, I don't know. Anyway, I'm you know, when you're in the moment anyway, you know. Not sure of Lady 89. Well, when you find her, when they come back, and it's only when they I said, what did you die with? She said, old age. Heart failure. Why do they say heart failure? We all die with heart failure, don't we? So, well, I think so. Heart failure. Sorry, no, she's being serious. When you find her, Wendy, she died of heart failure, right? Oh my God, I've just got lavender. Okay, thank you for this. This is the feedback I need. When you find this lady, yeah, it was heart failure. She just withered away. She's telling me she withered away, and oh, righto then. How many do you want? Okay. They're saying, who is it, Wendy, that used to like the scrambler bikes? You know, the scrambler bikes? They're saying you're going to pop in a minute. You're looking ever so relaxed, Bill. But they're just telling me. They said Bill's going to pop in a minute. And you know what you did with your tongue like that? That bloke used to do that.
Well, I've got short
you go.
cake, not shortbread, short cake biscuits that he wants to dip in his tea. And they were the only thing that was in the biscuit barrel, he tells me. Okay, and everybody used to get hump because they would have quite fancied a custard cream or a bourbon, but there was only the shortcakes because that's what he liked. So there you go. Yeah. You're right. That's what I was going to
tip. As you said that, and I feel that this would be him, or if not him, there would have been somebody who says, how many sugars do you want? He says, 5, but don't stir it. I don't like it sweet. What are scrambler bikes? Scrambler bikes are the ones that go off-road. Yeah, maybe it's not a scrambler bike. It's an off-road bike where they've got bigger wheels and they're used for off-road. They're off-road. Yeah, scramblers. It was not a scrambler bike at all. That's my mind. That is, it's literally where they'd go off the road and they'd go in the countryside on them up hills and that type of stuff. But definitely about, oh wow, and yes, my daughter's just made the biscuits yesterday. Oh well, see they. But you know, when the thing is, Wendy, when Bill did that with his tongue, he used to do that. And who is it that used to say 5? Yes, my dad said about sugar. I just started BMX riding. Ah, there you go then. There you go. Wendy, look, I have to tell you now, you really have to get some strategies to pull those stress levels down. You need some strategy. They're coming around you. You know they're around you. You know that the love heat comes on the left-hand side. They say the love heat I don't know. What's a love heat? I don't know. They just said the love heat comes on the left-hand side, and it's as if they want to just clear your mind for the problems to come, because you are envisaging problems that maybe not be there, and don't listen to the bitchiness that's going in around you. Oh dear. Your bitchiness that's going in and around your circle. And there's a fridge where it's got a little hand paint, you know the hand paint stuck up with a magnet, and a memory of a bad holiday in Mallorca. I'm done. Back to you,
Amazing.
Bill. Sorry, I shouldn't say I'm done, shouldn't I? I mean, I meant move on to Bill.
Absolutely. No, we know what you mean there, Marcus. Wendy, just before we send these beautiful energies back up to spirit there for you, my darling. He's just saying to me.
Oh, bless. Well, thank you, Wendy.
We touch hands to feel the love heat. How beautiful. Pick up the tarot cards, Wendy. Pick up the tarot cards. Get your head back into the deck, or indeed pick up the new packs that it is that you're showing interest in. So I know that you're a light worker here. I know that you do something with regards to a service to spirit, but he shows me a deck of tarot cards and he says, tell her to pick them back up and tell her to get back into it. So I'm going to leave that lovely parting gift there with you. Again, we appreciate your feedback, and we'll send these beautiful energies back off up to spirit and say, God bless you, and thank you so much for giving both myself and Marcus the opportunity.
Oh, Rachel.
To work with you.
Thank you. Oh, Rachel, my bestie.
That's not what he said before he came on here, was it?
I know. No. I was saying Big Bill. Rachel, I'll tell you now. Rachel, you might have missed this part. We just had a lovely weekend, and that's all the women were saying all around the corridors. I never knew Bill was that big. Not tall. He's ever so big, isn't he? Oh, I don't know what he was doing. Anyway.
You're making me blush in my ear.
I know you're going red like
9 o'clock watershed or what? Oh, bless.
Jade, with all due respect, no, I don't do private readings. Bill is about one of the best private readers there. You got Bill, you got Polly. There's loads of people. The only time I do private readings is in an organised setting, such as the weekend down in that we've just had, and I only do them for charity. But
bless
only
you,
if
Marcus.
it's organised by someone else. But Bill's there.
Bless you, Marcus.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So all of us SPTV hosts can be contacted with regards to private one-to-one readings. So you can find us all via Spiritual Psychics TV, or indeed you can find Marcus and myself via our links that will just be displayed on your screens now. So Marcus, on Facebook, I think you are Marcus Lapsa Spiritualist Medium, is that correct?
Yeah, Marcus Lapsa Spiritualist Medium. But as I will say again, Jade, I don't do private readings. I don't do private readings.
Bless
Go to
you.
Bill. Go to Bill.
Bless you. And you can find myself on Facebook, Bill Hughes, Psychic Medium. So listen, Marcus, I'm conscious we have come to time. What a fantastic evening it's been.
What? I thought we were only about 20 minutes in.
I know. How's about that? Listen, thank you so much for coming on this evening.
Absolute pleasure.
Do you know, this is the first time on the show that I've gone straight into double link readings with a guest medium, and we've pretty much done that all the way throughout, albeit just those two singular ones with very similar information. So it's been fantastic. What a way to work.
Yeah.
What a way to work. So God bless you. I'm really, really appreciative that you've taken the time out to join me on the show. And for all of you lovelies that have been watching us here this evening, who've joined the show, who've shared the show, who've placed your comments, sent us those love hearts and those thumbs up, we really, really do appreciate you. And producer Richard, as always, thank you so much for making this happen. I'll see you all in 2 weeks. But until then, may the love and light of spirit be with each and every one of you. Good night and God bless everybody. Take care.
Night, everybody.